Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Transportation Tuesday, and it's time we address the elephant in the room. The F and the M are making a switch next week, and it's time we discussed it a little bit. Now, there are 4 orange lines, B, D, F, and M. The 4 of them will run in various places, all the way from down in Brooklyn, down at Coney Island. They'll run through Brooklyn, through Manhattan, and up into Queens and the Bronx. Your B and D go up to the Bronx, but we're not talking about them. We're talking about these babies here, the F and the M. And come next Monday, they're going to make actually a partial switch. Okay, so from 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., what they're going to do is they're going to switch the tunnels they use from Manhattan to Queens. Therefore, some of the stations during these hours, 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., Monday through Friday, you're going to be on a different subway. So get out your map. This thing is king. Just always use the one you find online. You'll find the most current ones there. So what we have is Queens Plaza over here in Long Island City is going to be one major place that is affected. The M line stops here. Now, during those hours, 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m., Monday through Friday, this is now going to be a stop for the F. Now, the reason is that these tunnels that the E, the M, and the R use are just overcrowded. And the rest of the route that the F runs just uses less traffic. So therefore, they're making this partial switch. Now, it's going to run approximately just past Queens Plaza on the Queens side, and it's going to start around the Rockefeller Center stop on the Manhattan side. So in between these two places, make sure you're on the right train. May sound a little weird, but there's a bottleneck on those tunnels under the East River, and the city is just trying to solve it. Now, when it's not peak hours, everything is as you're used to it. So that's probably the hardest thing to remember. Because if you're over on Roosevelt Island, there's only one very deep, new since 2015 subway station. Hasn't even been there long, and that baby is an F. 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you truck all the way down into that subway station, realize it's going to be the M. So that's one of the big stops that you're going to have to get used to it at. The other probably big stop is Queens Plaza. But anything in between, pretty much Rockefeller Center and just past Queens Plaza in Long Island City, is going to be that big change. But like I said, there's 2 tunnels. There's the 63rd Street Tunnel and the 53rd Street Tunnel that these subways run through going under the East River. And the MTA has been studying this for quite some time, and they truly believe that just switching these routes will alleviate some of the pressure on the tunnel that goes up into Queens Plaza, because the E, the M, and the R are really busy local trains. They're hoping that making that an F stop instead of an M stop and using the different tunnels will make a big difference in that traffic. Will it? I don't know. I hope so. But these are really great subways. They go Herald Square, they go Coney Island, they go all over the place. And don't quit using them because it's just too complicated. I've done that with subway lines before, and it's really not worth it. Just get it through your head that between those stops, if it was an M, it's an F. If it was an F, it's an M. And it's just going to be that way on the weekdays, and there's nothing that any of us can do about it. But these subway lines, the orange ones, as I call them, because I go by color, I don't know if I like Boston's way better or what, but I call them by color. But these F and M, I mean, they run through Times Square, and you can access them underground there, and that's actually, as you can see, it'll say it is the Bryant Park 42nd Street and 6th Avenue exit. So you can take that to Bryant Park this holiday season to go to the Winter Village. You really enjoy it there. I mean, in the summer, like I said, it goes to Coney Island. It's a wonderful area down there. Also goes to Brighton Beach, and it goes to parts in between. It stops here at 23rd Street. They both stop here. You can go to the original Shake Shack in Madison Square Park and get yourself a nice milkshake, or you can go up 23rd Street and you can visit probably the most historic and yet strangest Home Depot I've ever been in, with a doorman and everything. It's a really incredible place. So just keep in mind, if you're over at Rockefeller Center and you want to go over to Queens, check that map, do the work, because you want to get on the right train. If you're going to Roosevelt Island at this point, you probably want to get on the M train because that's where it's going. This is just, changes that go on in New York. I wanted to address it before next Monday, which is the switch date. And this is your big one here. Roosevelt Island, 6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. is going to be an M, folks. That's just how it works, except on the weekends and holidays. Queens Plaza, you're picking up the F over there. So thank you for joining me today. I hope that this helps straighten it out, even if it doesn't completely make sense. And I'll catch you next Tuesday for the next thoughts on the subways.
Hi, I'm Terry. Thank you for joining me today on Adventures for Anyone, and join me again in the future, and like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And I can teach you where to go in the Northeast, how to have fun, and how to travel the way I do, which is as a budget traveler. Thank you again. Have a great day.